what I was going to say is we're going to have to leave if the Masters and Mega Random games are starting. So hopefully this takes about 40 minutes. Alright, so it's a 2v2. We have MBL and Viper again playing, Yannick and Skull playing, and this map, I just confirmed because sometimes water maps look similar, it's Mediterranean. You know what? Smarthy was giving me some advice on Mediterranean earlier in the week, and I think that her advice really could be passed on to these top players. So if they're not playing well, I'll make sure to pass that along to them in a private message. We don't see this map played with strong players often, so I'll make sure that if they make mistakes, they hear Smarthy's advice. So anyway, we have Skull here in the blue, and he's playing as the Koreans. Ally then is Yannick, playing as the Mayans. Across to the left, in the pink or purple, we have playing as the Mayans Viper, and then MBL is here in the teal, playing as the Koreans as well. So it's a 2v2. Mediterranean, there's actually... Ooh, I wonder if Skull's going to lame this boar. That's an awful long way to run. But it could be worth it. Yep, gonna run right by it. But anyway, still could be worth it to maybe try and lame any villagers that go out there. What I was gonna say is, normally on water maps and such, you know, you just gotta try and win the water. But this is a little bit different. There's a lot of space here, so if you try and wall this off and win the water, it could break down the walls, or, you know, a lot of things could happen. I'll be interested to see how this one goes. Yeah, Smarthy did give advice, and it was good advice as well. You know, SMB did end up winning the game with just, you know, militia and skirmishers and demo ships, but it was very good advice, and I think Viper, more than anybody, could use that advice here. Alright, so we're going to see the docks going up for everybody shortly. Water's pretty close here for Skull, which is good. And same for Yannick. Now, Viper is really far away from the water. Quite far away. And of course, he's Mayan, so he already has Loom, which is good. Because sometimes, if you're Koreans, for example, MBL, he does not have Loom, and he would not want to run into any woo-woo-woos. That would be bad, but he's going to be in a good spot. There's going to be a lot of good fishing for either player. MBL's not too far away from the water, so not a huge deal, really. But certainly getting that dock up early, getting the fishing ships out is always helpful. I think MBL is going to get this boar in. I was watching the scouts earlier from Skull and MBL. I think MBL may have just chased the scout away from Skull, but who knows? MBL's able to get this boar in now. Was in a little bit of an awkward spot. Sometimes you'll see the scouts from these players, you know, scouting around, seeing where the players put up their docks so they know where to grush. This is not Masters and Mega Random, so it's going to be grush most likely. We did see the one game between, I think, Loiza and Whitecourt, where it was demos and fires, which is actually really, really exciting because we never see that. But that was enjoyable for sure. But I think there's a high potential for land attack here, to be honest. There's a lot of space on these sides. Now maybe here this could be easily walled off, but you got to travel a long way for MBL or Skull. On the right-hand side, there's quite a lot of space here to wall off. These players will probably just patrol with their scouts, and if you lose your scout, then you're kind of out of luck. But Yannick's clicked up quite early on 20 villagers. Skull done the same. Meanwhile, Viper and MBL have both done 21 here. I believe so. There you go. Similar times for Viper and MBL, and similar times for both Yannick and Skull. They're going to be transferring their villagers over to wood, a couple over to gold as well, and similar builds, guys. These guys are going for a grush. And I love water micro. I freaking love water micro. It's so exciting. I might sound tired right now, and I kind of am, to be honest, but water micro is so enjoyable. It's a beautiful thing just to watch Galley's micro in the feudal age more than anything before the patrols come in. It's really cool to see. It's my favorite type of micro, so we'll see. I mean, I think Viper and MBL are going to be a step ahead with the micro there, but certainly Yannick and Skull are going to be up a little bit earlier. But the time's not huge if you do look at it. Skull has 4 fishing ships right now. Everybody else has 3. That's the only small difference that I didn't mention. 2 docks there for Skull. He's actually going to wall in his scout because MBL is coming over. Really, really good thing to notice there from both players. But Skull's going to make sure he doesn't lose his villager there, because he's going to want to keep that villager out there so he can continue to build docks. And that's the same for every player, as Viper actually has a weak vill out here after probably running into a wolf, and we'll need to be careful. It might have been an eagle. Yeah, probably was an eagle, actually. And he's going to have to be careful. He's going to be going for his dock. So I'm going to be jumping all around, paying attention to the micro. 4 on gold probably for every player. Galley's coming out, and every player is probably aware of where each other are at this point. And good jump for Janik here. He's gotten half the HP off of Viper's galley. Viper's going to actually try and repair this real quick with this villager that's out here, but he's received some shots. He's going to try and send some shots back out to Yannick. He has to be careful with his fishing ships, but MBL's coming over to help, which is really, really good team play again. And Viper has to be careful not to lose this vill to this eagle. We talked about this. Oh, and the fishing ships for Viper as well. He could lose it, but MBL's coming in. This is good, but the villager needs to be careful here, Viper. He's going to try and fight it. He should run the vill away. He's actually maybe tried to just make Janik commit there. Meanwhile, MBL, I'm not actually able to follow the galleys too easily from Skull because he blends in with the water, but looks like he's coming over this way. And looks like Viper actually winning that engagement there with the Eagles. Alright, so Viper could be 2v1 now. MBL is back at his own base, and this could be bad for Viper, as he is really, really outmatched here. Probably going to need to garrison his galleys or maybe run away. And MBL's coming in, and I mean, Skull and Yannick are way ahead with the galley numbers here. And Viper's going to get wedged in. This is a really good fight for Yannick and Skull, even if MBL shows up, I think. They're actually going to go back. I'm just comparing the numbers. Somehow Viper was able to just jump up in the numbers. Probably creating a galley out of every dock there, and numbers coming forward now from Yannick, and his docks are right next to Viper's here. Now, I haven't seen a fishing ship go down yet. Good micro there from Yannick, picking off one of Viper's galleys, and Viper has a couple weak galleys in there. I'm just clicking, and there's one weak one I can see from Yannick, and MBL's still coming in. They're still trying to 2v1 on this side. Yannick's going to probably communicate that, and we'll probably see Skull come over. Skull's actually over here to pick off some fishing ships. He got 1, he got 2, and he's going to get all 3. Definitely, MBL's going to have to come back. The numbers are very close. Viper's actually down 2 here, and we're getting to the numbers where galleys can be one-shotted. Viper with a good shot there, almost getting another one. And again, a lot of weak galleys for both players here, as MBL is chasing down the numbers here from Skull, and he might get some good shots. Skull might regroup, but look at this from MBL. He's gotten 1. He might get another one there, very close to it. He did get another one. That's a good fight for MBL. Very good fight for MBL, as Skull is now down to single digits. And back here, Yannick and Viper, they're still going at it. Keep in mind, amongst all this, players are setting up their economies, which is just mind-blowing to me. Both Viper and Yannick do have fletching as well. I didn't really notice that, but good shot there from Yannick. Both players just nibbling away at these ships. I mean, you'll see the HPs are quite low. And numbers growing for Yannick, though. He's still 4 ahead of Viper right now. He's only on 3 docks. Viper's on 3 docks as well, so just the amount of kills, really. On the other side, not a lot of action going on. I think Viper knows he might need some help. Ooh, Viper with a good shot. Very good shot there for sure. He only has 1 weak unit in there. So almost on full HP. He actually has 2, now that I say that. But MBL's going to come over. They've communicated. I don't know if Skull's coming over to help out. Yannick might be able to get a good shot, but he's going to have to go back. Oh, MBL with the good shot. Oh, he's taken out 2 there. And Viper's probably going to continue to run in. He really should. Skull is not on his way yet. And Yannick needs to be careful here. He did get a good shot on MBL there, but he's got to retreat to his docks. And Yannick with a good shot on MBL. MBL does not really have the numbers here. And Skull's now going to come over. And Viper and MBL need to be careful, because the numbers still for Yannick and Skull seem to be greater. Skull just getting here a little bit late, but great shot there for Viper, killing 2 with 1 shot. This is really good battle. I don't really know how to call this one. It still looks like Viper and MBL are just lacking in numbers. Yannick has clicked up to the Castle Age, so he just needs to be careful with his fights. Wow, this is really a tight matchup. Yannick's clicked up. Viper does he have his market yet? He just built his market. I don't know if any of the other players have sold stone at this point, but Viper has not, and he's going to click up shortly. Meanwhile, MBL is definitely a bit behind, and Skull's going to click up right after this market goes up. And I might as well check, and Yannick did not sell stone. That's mainly a 1v1 strategy, but I wouldn't have been surprised to see it. So here we have Viper being pesky again, trying to pick off some units, but he's 2v1'd. MBL really seems to just be behind here. And Viper picking off a couple ships here from Skull. And I don't know why Skull is choosing to commit here, but he is, and he's losing a lot of ships. He's trying to push Viper back, it seems. Maybe give Yannick an opportunity to do some damage in the Castle Age, but Skull lost a lot of military there. He's down to 11. And if anything, he's just handed Viper and MBL an opportunity themselves. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Yannick, but now Yannick is in the Castle Age. And, well, he will be in a second, sorry. And he's going to be getting the upgrades. But look at Viper's numbers here. He is more. And he's going to pick off a couple numbers here. Oh, good fight here for Viper. He's going to chase these numbers down. And MBL is here now as well. This should not have happened. Skull is now going to lose a lot of units. Viper is really not going to pass this opportunity up. He's going to continue to chase units down. And MBL and Viper are usually pretty good with teamwork. And they're going to just try and communicate. Both players fighting here, but actually this is bad for MBL. He's going to lose these units, but also bad for Skull. I guess if you wanted one player to be fighting and losing galleys here, it would be MBL, because he doesn't have too many. Viper needs to hold on to his. But Yannick getting his researches in sooner here is a big deal. And Viper's now getting Bodcanero and War Galley himself, but he needs to just hold on to his military numbers. As you can see, Yannick, he's pushing across, and he will get ballistic shortly as well. So Viper needs to flee. Skull, he's getting those upgrades as well. MBL is not even in the Castle Age yet, and this is just how quickly these things can turn around. And the military numbers, they are in favor again of Yannick here. War Galley for the 2 opponents, and meanwhile, MBL and Viper, they're forced to retreat. MBL needs to get those upgrades in. I don't even think he did click Bodcanero, it's just a little bit later. They have a little bit further to go. They could just push back into this area maybe. Try and get a couple shots in. Ballistics is coming in for Viper and Yannick at the same time. Oh, and a really interesting fight here from Yannick. I don't know what that was. He received a couple shots he should not have received. It's really all down to Viper right now to keep MBL propped up. And there you go. MBL, maybe, just maybe, able to push this back if he's able to get his eco rolling a bit. Get his ships rolling. He does have 4 docks. Meanwhile, we do have 4 docks. Everybody pretty much has 4 docks at this point. So I think we're going to see high production on the water. And notice how there's no walls on the right-hand side. Like, they're just winning water, period. So right now, military numbers are fairly even. In fact, Skull's actually behind MBL. And Skull's going to get ballistics first, though, which is a huge upgrade. And MBL, he does not have that yet. Viper's here, and I think pure numbers might win this fight. It's hard to tell, but MBL, I don't know what he's doing. That was a bad patrol. Yannick is here, but Viper just has a ton of military coming in. This fight is just pure numbers, and MBL, oh gosh, MBL. His military numbers are going down. I don't know if he's trying to do this on purpose just so Viper can tank, kill a ton of military here. But MBL just lost a ton of military. Both Yannick and MBL in single digits now. Viper doing a great job. Skull, he's trying to hold, but Viper just seems to be killing it right now and sending out only out of 3 docks, which is actually incredible. He's just taking better fights. And if you lose the water, it's almost impossible to come back from. It's not quite there, but it's getting close for Yannick as he's on 4 military. So it's almost there at this point. He may have just gone up to another town center. Oh, look at this. Viper has an eagle there, just trying to stop that from happening for now. But I think the only thing stopping Yannick and Skull from losing water is Skull. He has these 4 docks here, and he does have military, but at this point, you know, I think they're going to give it up. Just like that, they're going to give it up. MBL, he's full walled this, which is nice to make sure there's no land attacks. A Viper probably should at some point, but he's probably going to go up to a second town center. In fact, he already has. He's going up to 3. And probably everybody is at this point because they recognize that the water is really not worth fighting over. However, I will say, the fishing's going to be huge. So you're probably going to see at some point Viper and MBL adding in fishing ships. The score could be deceptive. You know, with like the kills for Viper, 60 kills. But also, you know, the map control that the war galleys provide, the scouting, the buildings raised, the military on the map, all of that stuff is really deceiving. So you got to pay attention to really like the vills, because once the water's lost, the only thing that's important is like the fishing ships. On a map like this, you can still win on the right or left hand side. And I actually think I saw that banking's coming in from Skull. I think he might send resources to Yannick. In fact, I'm going to go to Yannick's point of view. I think he's going to try and kill Viper. Is it, what, Archer? Yeah, for sure. He's coming out with 2 archery ranges. Mangonel, he's going to come in and try and kill Viper. But Viper's on 3 TCs. Viper has a lot of economy here. I mean, Yannick does as well. This will be interesting. I feel like if this is going to work, it would have to work in the Imperial Age or something. I don't know if crossbows would really do it, but he's going to go with 3 ranged crossbowmen in the Castle Age with Mangonels. Viper doesn't even have a barracks here, and I don't think Viper's even palisade scanning or anything for this right now. Yeah, he could see it if he was scanning. And there you go. Look at this. He sees the Mangonel. He was trying to house wall there, but he's going to have to go back. And his stone's right here. He's unable to get a castle up unless he has stone elsewhere. And he's building a siege workshop. He does have stone there, but he doesn't have the stone for a castle. That's for sure. So they have the water control, but like I said, it doesn't really mean anything at this point. Let me just check the time real quick. Yeah, we're fine. You're going to see the intro again. But, yeah, Mangonel's coming in from Yannick now on Viper's TC, and Viper's going to really need to get some good Mangonel shots. He has to get up his barracks so he can get up his own archery range. And this might work. Like, Viper could have some problems. Now, MBL's getting Carto. He may be getting banking himself in time here to send some resources so Viper can deal with this. But I think Viper's going to lose that TC. If he's unable to fire some shots here on this Mangonel, or 3 anyway, he might lose this TC. He's going to try and repair it. MBL's coming over to build watchtowers, it seems, but yeah, that TC's going to go down. MBL's already here. I didn't even see the vills coming over. MBL's already here to build watchtowers. That's a really wise move. That's going to stop this push, actually, if these towers get up. He gets a couple of them up. But the Mangonel shot from Viper could be huge! And I don't know why it's sped up like this, but he could get all 3! Oh, he's gotten 2! But that was huge. And oh, and a huge shot there on the crossbows coming in. But the tower, that is a really, really nice tower. Really, really clutch tower from MBL. That's a strong eagle from Yannick, but I like the thought to do that from Viper and MBL. It's gonna almost stop this push, but the thing is, there's a lot of open area here. Viper has not walled it. Plumes are gonna come out soon from Yannick, and he's putting a castle here, right in this crucial area. That's a big deal, and MBL's gonna go out here and try and complete this tower now. And crossbows coming in from Yannick. Yannick's on the way up to Imp, but so, whoa, Viper, that's MBL. That's your teammate. Don't fire a mangonel at your teammate. That is not good. Oh man, but hopefully MBL can still get this tower up. Oh, but the mangonel's coming in from Yannick. Can he stop it? He's gonna hit the villagers and oh man, that one villager's on 4 HP. She lives? No, she won't live. She's dead. Oh man, that was close. Sorry, MBL. You gotta send some more villagers, or Viper's gotta help out with that one. But I actually think this is bad for Viper unless he gets some type of defense here. He's on the way to Imp, but I don't know what he really has with resources. Is he making Eagles? No, he's not. Like I said, he has the water control. Does he has fishing ships for eco? Okay. But not looking great for him. MBL's gonna really have to send something and help out. But MBL's only at 71 vills. Keep in mind, Viper wasn't really receiving the sling this entire time, and Yannick was. Yannick may still be receiving the sling, and I would just focus on that. We probably have stone walls up here. Yeah, there's stone walls, so MBL's not getting in, and the sling's still coming in. Oh, and the crossbow's here from Yannick, going to kill some villagers. Nimino, thanks for the host, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Viper is just sacrificing villagers with mangonels today. He's really not caring about his villagers, but this is bad. This is really bad for Viper. Bad situation. You can see here, we're going to have capped ram come in from Yannick. He is going to have elite plumed archer. Going to have all the upgrades, and he's going to have treps. This is going to be really, really interesting here. But still, Viper somehow is holding on. He has 83 villagers. He has crossbows. He lost the TC, but he just built a mill afterwards, so he can have efficient farming, which is funny. He has the water control, so he can have the fishing boats. And right now, he's at about 9. And his water control, well, it's not really doing that much for him right now. Looks like the plumes are coming in from Yannick, and I just don't think Viper can stop this. I don't think he can. I don't know where the score is coming from for Viper, except for maybe the water, which I don't think is doing anything. But he's got Arbalest here, and these plumes are not attacking from Yannick. He's not doing anything with them. MBL is here, maybe to build some mangonels in defense. That's probably a good choice. If they're able to have both MBL and Viper in the Imperial Age, they'll probably win this. And this is, I assume, a trap from Viper, but he won't really trap them in. He's going to lose a couple vills here, and a total of 3 of them, which is bad. But there are the mangonels there from MBL, and they'll probably clean up these units. But the problem, I think, is on the front, where he could lose this castle, Viper. There's 3 castles here from Yannick, and Yannick is continuing to receive the sling. He's going to have 4 castles, which is ridiculous. He really should just go siege ram with his food. I think he has fully upgraded plumes. Well, yeah, he will in a bit. But and Yannick is actually continuing to fight with these units. He might just keep these units alive. Kill as many vills as possible, I suppose. But doing a good job here, Yannick, I think. So when you're up against the sling, you just gotta really deal with it for the first half hour, 40 minutes. And once you do, once you keep your ecos alive, you should be able to win the game. But right now, Viper and MBL, they're having a tough time dealing with it. But these mangonels from Viper, or MBL rather, can maybe get some big shots. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, Viper still has how many villagers here on gold about to go down? He's at 76 vills, and he's going to lose all these villagers. He's got to run toward the enemy. A mangonel is coming out from Viper, and gosh, I keep getting these players confused from MBL. And getting some good shots, but still the castle has to go down, surely. For Viper here, he's repairing it. He's gonna get one of these trebuchets. It's a 3 HP. Yep, he got it. It's good. He's just stalling, isn't he? Doing a good job at that. Well, once the siege rams come in, gotta think Yannick's has gotta be able to do something. Look at Yannick's resources. How is he unable to push in? He has 50 pop. 50 pop space. He's unable to push in at this point. He really should be doing better, in my opinion, but are the villagers dead? Yep, they're all dead. Viper's at 60 vills. But still, somehow, they are holding this castle. They're just holding here, and Onager's coming in from MBL, and we're gonna see a lot of dead plumes. A lot of dead plumes, which would be really exciting. Oh! It's gonna be huge! Kill them all! Kill them all! Well, you're gonna die if you run closer to plumed archers and Onagers. What are you doing, Yannick? Oh my gosh, run the other direction. I suppose he just wanted to just kill as many as possible, waste time. I don't know what he was doing there. Again, we saw Viper's disregard for human life of his own team there. He killed a couple of his own villagers. That lady's just sitting there on 4 HP like, why did you do that to my friends? But I actually think Viper and MBL are somehow pushing this back. But with the Onagers, I don't think the siege rams will do too much. That castle, it's gonna stay up. It is gonna stay up. Viper's trebs are the real MVP, guys. He's picked off so many trebs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 6 there. Which is insane, but the issue is on the other side. You'll notice this player here, Skull, he's on his way up to the Imperial Age, so MBL's going to have to deal with that. We'll see what he's planning on doing here with his villagers. I think he's actually planning on attacking anyway. But yeah, this has been an interesting game. It's been a confusing game. We have like MBL over here mixed in. Yannick is finally going Elite Eagle, and this is actually going to be rough for Viper to deal with unless he gets a lot more plumed archers wedged in here. But then again, MBL could get some good attack rounds with these Onagers. I guess we'll have to see. Now, this is what we like. Like, Mediterranean's good because you can have a little bit of everything. I was going to scan around. Make sure I'm not missing any crucial raids. At this point, I don't think I am. It looks like the trade's going up from Yannick and Skull. And that's a pretty decent trade, and that's actually a good point. At this point, Viper and MBL can't trade because of this nonsense going on down here from Yannick. But the sling is pretty much stopped for Yannick. I don't think he's receiving much more sling. And the Onager shots, we got to be ready for him. The Eagles are coming in to pick off a couple Onagers here, and the Trebs. This could be really good for Yannick. He's going to go out. The Onagers could fire against the plumes, but they have to fire before they go down. And they did fire before they went down. That's a big shot. It's a big shot, but still, the Eagles are getting in close. It's hard to really say who's doing the best in this engagement because a lot of Trebs and Onagers went down for Viper and MBL. Those Trebs are going to be focused down as well, and a lot of resources left for Yannick to continue to pump units in. And there's nothing really here to stop these siege rams either. That castle is still on half HP. More Trebs coming out from Yannick, and Yannick is just going to go for that castle. Meanwhile, MBL, who is actually farming out here. Are we going to see actually Onager coming in? Siege engineers from Skull, so he's going to be going Onager as well. Is he building down here? Yeah, he's actually building down here. Yeah, just 2 villagers just building Onagers down here, so they're just disregarding the other side, which is interesting. But Viper's pushing out here. He's trying to take a big fight. He's having to micro, and we know he's good at that. Siege Onager coming in for both Skull and MBL. Exciting stuff. The Siege Onagers. Well, everybody loves big Siege Onager shots. I mean, come on, it's amazing. But you know, these Siege Onagers, they can take out these rams, which is good. Viper's still keeping this castle alive. He's still, like, below 80 vills, which is ridiculous. But he's held it here. I want to see if they're trading at all. I don't think they're trading whatsoever. They have a market here, and market's there. Yeah, they gotta push this direction, really. I mean, this is interesting. I assume that Skull's going to be able to see this, and both of these players are going to have Siege Onagers, so they could cut right through to the other's trade. Oh, but the Siege Onagers coming forward, and remember, MBL got it first, and that is a lot of Trebs from MBL. This could be a big fight. Siege Onagers going to come in from Skull as well, and we have 10 range versus 8 range on the plumed archers, so we could see a lot of dead plumes here. I'm just kind of waiting for it. To be honest, I want it to happen. I don't care who it happens to. I just want to see dead plumes. Dead plumes is all I want. And right now, it's not really happening. Viper is trying to get out to gold. I wonder if he's low on gold. I would bet that he probably has no gold at this point because it's all out here. He's going out here right away. Oh! 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 Fire! Oh, decent shot. Decent shot. I was excited. Oh, but look at that. We have the Siege Onager here on the villagers on gold. Poor guys, they really just want to collect some gold. But, not working out. But look at the amount of siege augers here from MBL. This is really, really nice. Oh, and the shot, are you kidding me? This could be huge. How many? How many? 5 with 1 from Skull. That is a huge trade. That is a huge trade. You take that any day. Oh, man, that was great from Skull. Water control from Viper is, yeah, not doing all that much, to be honest. A little bit of, Mag and L micro, except with siege onagers here, and Skull seems to really be winning that. I thought Viper and MBL were going to have a real good push with the numbers MBL had, but MBL just lost all of them. And good trade there from MBL. This goes to show you, the Mag and Ls, the siege onagers, they can change things, but MBL, he might be knocking on the front door soon to the enemy trade. Who knows, but there's buildings waiting here from Skull. I'm still trying to focus. Oh boy, Viper. He is trying to get in, and has he already gotten in? I don't think he's already gotten in. But he's going to run these plumes in, and he's going to sit. Well, if he sits on the gold and the trade, that'd be perfect, really. He's going to run right in. There's really nothing here from the enemy to stop this. There's no military buildings whatsoever, so I mean, there's nothing that can stop the elite plumes. This is going to be huge. Absolutely huge. Just that one transport. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. They're Xing it. But there's going to be a lot of dead trade carts. They're going to go for a siege workshop. If Viper spots that and stops the siege workshop, that's going to be clutch. And he might just do that right now. He split up his units. Back on the other side, and it still looks like Viper and MBL are having a rough time pushing this back. But not a ton of action, really. Besides a couple villagers going down there. But let's see. I mean, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going down here. This is big. Yeah, we still got 15 minutes. 15 minutes until the Masters and Mega Random games start. So I will have to actually leave this to start casting it, unfortunately. So I hope that someone wins this, but I don't think it's going to happen, which sucks. I can't ask them to wait. So I'm going to just count on someone winning this game within the next 10 minutes here. Actually looks like Viper's splitting up some plumes, which is really wise, and trying to keep trade rating. But this is really setting itself up to be a really, really late game. As I'm not sure what MBL is doing here with these villagers. He's trying to cut through, but that could be a really bad idea if the enemy has a better advantage here. Sending war wagons in. I just saw MBL streaming villagers in towards the castle. Yeah, MBL, not sure what that was about. It looks like we have a castle going up here on the water's edge from Yannick. I don't know if we'll be able to get that up. That'll be interesting because he doesn't have much water control to do that, but he might just use the eagles here as a kind of a buffer. And he might get it up to be able to win water once more. Fresh Feeling is saying don't leave this. Well, the sucky part is that I don't have the pass for the Masters and Mega Random game. I think they'll lock it, so that's the issue. Because I'm an official tournament streamer, but I'm going to need the pass. That's the issue, but I don't want to leave this, to be honest. I also can't message someone during this as well and say, can you message me the pass? Yeah. Alright, we'll cross that road when we get to it. I just don't want to miss any of those games. Trade is up for Viper and MBL on this side. Ooh, and a lot of raiding going to come in from MBL, potentially. I think a real issue is that he can't hop over this cliff. That'd be really nice. Like, this cliff is like a nice free wall for Yannick and Skull. Pretty much have to go through these siege onagers and the castles and buildings. They're going to attempt to do that here. Plumed archers from Viper as well. Oh gosh, that's going to be insane. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, looks like Viper is just content with holding with siege rams and, units here from MBL as well. A little bit of halbs and everything. So Meanwhile, the action is unfolding, and the Hussars are coming in mainly to pick off the Siege Onagers, and they might just get that one. Wow. I mean, Korean Hussars, like one of the worst Hussars in the game. It really, really is going to be hard to go past this, though. Having to go past that castle is going to be difficult. We have siege workshops being built behind. I just don't see Viper and MBL getting past this without a ton of trebs, or I can't even say siege rams, because siege onagers can deal with siege rams pretty well. But good shots there from MBL with the siege onagers. And I feel like this is going to be a really easy area to defend, at least for now. Galleon's coming in from Skull, though. I wonder where his... Oh, they did get the castle up, and they're going to be going with a ton of ships shortly. And if they get the ships over here, that's going to be helpful. It's going to be really, really helpful. BL is trying to get some good shots. He's gonna lose these siege onagers, though. I don't think he's going to be able to keep this army alive. Big shot in the pikeman. Wow, big shot in the pikeman. Oh, and a good attack round. I think that was an attack round there from Skull. That was well done. Jirio asked if I can come to this later. I could come to this later, however, I'd have to fast forward through the entire thing. But I guess that wouldn't be that hard to do. It would just take some time. Because if it's on fast forward, it, goes pretty quick. But meanwhile, it's like a stalemate on both sides, guys. And I like flat out, I'm gonna have to do the mega random stuff. So, it's disappointing, but that's kind of the plan. I was just getting on early. But maybe MBL and Viper can push back here. They're gonna go for this castle. The siege rams pretty much unrivaled at this point, except for one siege onager from Skull. And you know what? That might just be enough if MBL doesn't pick it off. Meanwhile, on the other side, still Viper and MBL knocking on the door. I'm just waiting for these galleons to show up, do something. Yeah, they haven't come across yet, but they're gonna pick off a lot of fishing ships. Well, there's 20 fishing ships total from MBL and Viper. They each have 10, and fishing's not a large deal at this point in the game, but either way, it would be nice. But the big thing is the map control. If you had cannon galleons here as well, it'd be nice. But when the trade starts really going for MBL and Viper, you might be able to even range some of that trade. And then if you win the water here, you can even do some landings like Viper did earlier in the game. But, oh, big shots here from the siege onagers, and when it sped up, I missed it. We did see a couple shots with the plumed archers, and after the pause, it's causing some problems, but Viper and MBL trying to push in. It is really unfortunate when there's pauses and such, how it does this. But I think it'll fit. It always fixes it right after the chat does that. And there we go. But MBL putting these siege workshops there has really helped out. And, oh, they took the building out. They took the houses out. They're going to go in now. We could see some big shots. This is where you really need to execute your siege onager shots. And there are a lot of siege onagers here from MBL. He's going to go for the siege workshop so we can see how many Skull has. And Skull actually just lost his right away. Wow. Plumed archers going in then from... This could be a game ender. This could be a game ender right here. Kill the trade. siege onagers here from... Oh, man. MBL killing so many units. Just be careful not to kill Viper's units here. And he's doing a great job of not doing that. Oh, man. This is huge. You're going to get right to the trade. And there's a lot of trade there. Oh, but it's a siege workshop going up from Skull. He can't get a castle up. After Rams coming in from MBL too. Remember, in the blink of an eye, Skull could do a lot of damage with the siege onagers, so they need to be careful. But MBL is going in with hussars, which is great to try and pick them off. There is a castle back there, which somehow blended in for me. I didn't see it, but it's there. I don't know if they're going to be able to deal with that without a couple of siege rams or traps. Oh, and the siege onager then from Skull. This is crazy. This is crazy. I actually think that siege onager is going to get another big shot. Wow, Skull really holding on right now, but still a lot of plumed archers to kill trade. If the castles go down, that's a big victory for MBL and Viper, but I think their units are going to be killed off here. This has been a crazy game, I will say. This has been a really, really crazy game. That castle might just go down for Skull. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think it's going to go down. And that's a good victory for MBL and Viper. On the other side, Viper's actually pushing back. This is a very, very close game. And more Siege Workshops going up for Skull, trying to push this back with Siege Onagers. It's got to be so difficult as a Mayans player here. Viper really doesn't have any military presence on this side anymore. It's pretty much just MBL. And if it's just MBL, he's going to lose all his Siege Onagers because there's no plumes here. There you go. A lot of these are going to go down. MBL actually firing a good shot upon his own units there. But he will lose those most likely. And Yannick is pushing back, and their trade is pretty much safe at this point. But oh gosh, the houses, look at that. That's not good. On the other side, Viper's actually still pushing back, which is surprising because he's up against Korean's player. MBL's helping out a little bit. And we have Siege Onager here from Skull. That Siege Workshop's still there, and Viper's going to use his villas up against that, which is not something you see every day. That castle's going to go down from Yannick, I think, here. We have a couple of trebs on it here. I don't quite know why MBL is firing upon this castle with that treb. He's going to lose it. But that castle should go down, surely. Well, we got one more shot on it. Yeah, he's out of stone now, so that pretty much cements it. Oh gosh, but this is bad. Viper is in here and getting pushed back pretty badly here is MBL, and the plumed archers, a lot of them going down, but the trade is here for MBL and Viper. We do have a Siege Onager there for MBL. He could clear out all these plumes, and this could help save the trade. Oh, they're going to go down. They're going to go down. MBL has a lot of Siege Workshops here. But still, this is dangerous territory. Dangerous territory for sure. You really need the Mines player to clean out the trade, to be honest. MBL is going to try and switch into Champions, which is an interesting choice. But, you know, if Yannick's able to get a lot more plumed archers with the support of Skull, it would be huge. Now, someone asked about the cannon galleons. Well, something I was unable to really focus on is the fact that there are galleons around, and they have cleared out the fishing ships of Viper and MBL, but there's just so much action ensuing that I can't focus on it. Viper's pushing Yannick back still. He's still pushing him back an awful lot, and I think the more important area is the left-hand side, because MBL needs to save the trade. But Viper, if he pushes back on the right, that could be important too. Yeah, 5 minutes till Mega Random game. That's right, man. 5 minutes. I have, let's see. Yep, 5 minutes. So at this point, it looks like I'm not going to be able to finish this game, which is unfortunate, but that's the case. Very much the case. This is a very good game. I mean, lots of buildings and everything out behind. Yannick is now going with the docks. And he's just building out an awful lot. This is really nice play from everybody, honestly. This has been one heck of a game. Champions coming out now from MBL, and that's going to really help with the Halbs and the Eagles. And they have seemingly freed up their trade for now, which is really, really huge. Look at that. I mean, just Siege Onagers coming out of the woodwork everywhere for every player. And you just saw the Siege Onager come out and pick off 2 trebs. But MBL's, or Viper's, pushing in on this side. And he has a lot of eco accessible to his plumes here. And a lot of trade. If he could just run right in and access trade, if he wanted to. But MBL, he's still holding here. He's pushing back. I'll let you. This is your moment, guys. You have to tell me what you want to do.
Hey, Mom!
I don't know the situation.
The meatloaf! We want it now!
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate the support, bro. And thanks for the birthday wishes. So Nikki gets first vote on what I was about to say. What should I do? Because I want to do, obviously, the Mega Random games. However, I need to really do what you guys want to do, because this game has been fantastic. And it's going to continue to be fantastic. I mean, look, right-hand side, Yannick pushing back. Viper, you know, holding this spot, gaining some gold for MVL. You want me to finish this game and see if I can maybe gain the pass and join the Masters of Mega Random late? What do you want me to do? Alert left corner. Oh gosh! Alert left corner! You're right! Alert left corner! Yannick has killed a ton of trade. Did he transport this? Wow! I totally missed that. And I don't know if it's because Nikki, I don't know when it was, but you can see I obviously missed it, and that's a lot of trade. That's like huge deal. And yeah. Bad things there. This should get cleaned up with siege onagers, but look at that, and wow, there's the GG. There's the GG. Thank you, Nikki. I don't know when it was. Maybe the donation distracted me. But I shouldn't be able to make excuses. Those trade carts all were stopped because they did not want them to run through the war zone here. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for pointing that out. I would have been confused as to why there's a GG, but that was perfect timing. I literally can't look at anything